Okay, let's get this party started. I am Coach Jay. I am an intrapersonal relationship coach and many other things, but you really don't care about this. You just want the content of my class, so here it is. But I always start my class with a corny dad joke, and today's is this. What do you get if you cross an angry sheep with a moody cow? An animal that's in a bad mood. But Okay, if we can take 2 deep healing breaths, you can either do this with your eyes open or closed, preferably in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one of the reasons for that is because we want to stomach breathe. We want to stomach breathe because when we breathe in our chest, we actually are putting some pressure on our heart, and our heart really should be free to beat and flourish our body as it needs to freely. So breathe in all that healing therapeutic air and breathe out toxicity, negativity. One more time. Expand your stomach and breathe in slow, which actually, believe it or not, is a part of self-care, which leads me right into my class today on self-care. So I'm going to get right into self-care and say this. Now, before I do that, I just want to say, you may be watching this or in the future watching the replay thinking to yourself, oh my God, not another class on self-care. I've learned all these before 1,000 times. And you probably have. You're probably going to get very little from this class. There's no doubt. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe you'll get a lot. But all of the classes that are taught, everything you learn in life, what you're doing is you're adding tools to your toolbox. Some classes, you're going to add 50 tools to your toolbox. Some classes, you might just add 2 tools to your toolbox. The important thing is in life, when you need those tools, you'll have them because you're in your toolbox. So I hope that I add some tools into your toolbox today. All right, I'm going to get right into it and say self-care. Number one, try to make some time for some puzzles. These are puzzles that are those old-fashioned puzzles that you put together, with your fingers, or maybe puzzles on paper. You may not have thought that solving puzzles could be a form of self-care, but solving puzzles is an excellent way to boost your brain power. It can enhance our memory and improve our mood, especially when we accomplish a puzzle. So immerse yourself in some puzzles. Your brain will definitely thank you. Give yourself a quick, relaxing acupuncture massage every day. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was writing this, I kind of did a little research, and this was new to me. But anyways, acupuncture is a holistic healing practice that stems from traditional Chinese medicine. It could help ease symptoms of many ailments and promote better health and well-being. It's a simple, safe, and it's free, since you can administer acupuncture on yourself anywhere at any time. One of the things that I tell people sometimes is, I don't know where and how I read this somewhere years ago. If you squeeze gently this area here between your thumb and finger, for some reason, there's some link to your heart or something. It's supposed to calm you down, de-stress you. The nice thing about this is you can really do it anywhere. I mean, you can do this at home. You can do it in the shower. You can do it if you're watching TV. If you're in a business meeting at work, you can do it under the table. Just kind of massaging this area right here. All right, being conscious of who, when, how, and where you eat. Pay attention to your food, and taking the time to savor the eating experience is another form of self-care. Not only will it slow down your eating, thus improving digestion, and after betrayal, especially if it's a new betrayal, digestion's all screwed up. But it will also help you consume less calories and make better food choices. And for those of us who, after betrayal, snack nonstop because we want to eat away our problems, this is helpful with that. Also, learn to say no. Now, you may be strong, but you're not made of steel. If you take on more burden than you can handle, you will certainly break. Maybe not right away, but over time, you'll feel the strain. This is why learning to say no is such an important element of real self-care. It's also a way to show our love to those who are most important to us. Think about it. If we give ourselves to everyone and everything that demands our energy, how much of ourselves can we really devote to the people that we love? Will that be fair to the people or the things that are most important to us? Also, we don't have to use the word no if that's not comfortable for you. Think of some other phrase, such as, I'd love to, but I don't think that time frame would work for me. Or, not at this time, maybe next time. Or even, sounds interesting, let me think about it for a day, or let me pray about it for a day, and let me keep you posted. So it doesn't have to be no. There could be many different phrases that say the same thing that are more comfortable for you to say. Self-care. Next one is make mindfulness a priority. So mindfulness at its core is about centering your mind on the present moment. It's basically thinking about what you're thinking about. It's experiencing your surroundings through your senses and being aware of your feelings and emotions in that moment. It's a simple form of self-care, and yet it's very, very powerful. People who practice mindfulness report that they're more relaxed, more enthusiastic towards life, and they feel better about themselves. So make it a habit to practice mindfulness every day. And the one good thing, well, there's many good things about mindfulness, is that I always say we narrate and then we ruminate and then we marinate. So our thoughts do become our behaviors, and so on. So if we force ourselves to think good thoughts, that's the new story we're going to develop into. So that's another good thing about mindfulness. Also, track your mood. Tracking your mood is a great way to keep an eye on your mental well-being. If it helps you identify patterns that you can reflect on and take actions so you can address them early on. And when I say track your mood, some people actually every hour on the hour, they'll put like a smiley face on a piece of paper or a frown or, two eyes with like a line that like, you're not happy, you're not sad, you're just indifferent. Now, for those more tech savvy people, there's apps such as Dailyo, where it actually tracks your mood. And then there's also people that do the paper. You don't have to do that every hour. At the end of your day, how was your day today? Was it a good day? Put a smiley face. Not a good day? Maybe a frown, and why. So track your mood, and that way you can address some of the things that are bothering you, or continue doing some of the things that are actually feeding you and making you happy. Take your vacation. These can be a long getaway. It could be a weekend mini, or even a staycation in your home. The big picture is to put a pause on your daily life or daily routines and relax or enjoy the scenery and the time away, again, from your usual responsibilities. So vacation doesn't have to be pack and go take a 3-week trip to Europe. Actually, that's pretty stressful if you ask me. It could be just, I'm going to unplug from technology and I'm going to give myself 8 hours of whatever. You could stay at home, go into a different room in your house that you usually don't spend time in, what have you. I mean, just get creative. But anyways, this all work and no play lifestyle might be fine for a while, but eventually it does take its toll on our health, our mental well-being, and even our relationships. Our work, even if we love what we do, ends up suffering too. So no matter who you are, what you do for a living, even if you're a superhero and you save lives every day, you need to take your vacation days or even hours. It's good for productivity and it's good for your body and soul. You know what? Even robots need to recharge, let alone a human like you. Incorporate exercise into your day. Now, exercise is essential to both the physical and mental health. And you don't have to dedicate hours to this excruciating, grueling exercise. You can set your watch and do 2 push-ups every 4 hours, or set your watch to every 3 hours and do 5 jumping jacks, or just stand up and stretch. Try to touch your toes, stretch your arms, exercise doesn't have to be this, oh my God, I got to go to the gym and spend 2 hours. Absolutely not. Any little thing throughout the day helps out. Also, get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. This is sadly so overlooked. I've heard it before that sleep is the cousin to death. I don't believe that. I believe sleep is your friend, especially after betrayal, especially after abuse, especially after trauma, especially after stress and anxiety. Every organ in your body is working overtime to heal you. You got to give it rest. Ensuring that you get a good night's sleep is a crucial first step in self-care. Sleep has many benefits that we cannot live without, such as maintaining healthy brain function, protecting our emotional well-being, and even affecting our productivity and safety during the day. So just how much sleep do we need? The National Sleep Foundation recommends 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, and that's for people between the ages of 18 and 64. People younger and people older might need a little more. And if you're recently betrayed, recently traumatized, anxiety, stress, you're probably going to need more than that, or maybe naps throughout the day. Keep in mind, I just said this, keep in mind that if your betrayal is relatively new, every organ is working overtime to heal. So your body needs sleep. But yeah, I just said that. Now, something I said at the beginning of the class, this is the next one, practice belly breathing. Would you believe me if I said the easiest way to start taking care of yourself is to change the way you breathe? Slow, conscious breaths and there's so many techniques. You can breathe in for 4, breathe out for 8. You can do box breathing, Breathe in for 4, hold for 4. Breathe out on the count of 4, hold for 4. Breathe in for, there's so many, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. I call that myself pizza breathing or cookie breathing. Imagine taking pizza out of the oven or cookies out of the oven. They're too hot to eat, so you got to cool them off. So you breathe in that delicious smell of cookies or pizza. But it's too hot to eat, so you got to cool it down. All right, I killed that horse. Drink more water. If you're gonna drink a beverage, make water your first choice. Not coffee, not soda, definitely not alcohol. Now, of course, enjoy all of those, but your primary beverage, especially during the day, should be water. If your body is give or take about 60% water, if that's the makeup of it, then we need to replenish it often. Pamper yourself with a hot foot bath every night. Sometimes we don't have time for a long bath. Sometimes we want more than a shower. Sometimes we want to do things such as crochet, watch TV, or do something, but a nice hot foot bath is just the trick. A hot foot bath helps improve blood circulation, fights fatigue, and it's easier and more economy friendly than the alternative full sit down bath, if that's a concern of yours. It could literally be 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, you could soak your feet for 2 minutes or 2 hours, but it certainly helps you unwind, relax, and makes you feel cozy before bed. And not only that, you feel rejuvenated when you wake up the following morning. Just make sure that you get a deep foot soaking tub that you can put your whole feet and ankles in. Doesn't have to be anything, from Bed Bath and Bankruptcy. It could be even a pail that you get at the dollar store, as long as you can fit both feet in there. Don't take things too personally. I know for you HSPs and your thinkers out there, this could be a challenge, but life is too short to spend it feeling hurt all the time. And let me be so bold as to say there's little worse that can happen to us that our mind cannot make far worse. Because betrayal hits us at our core insecurities, we often unnecessarily attach insecurities to our betrayals and traumatize ourselves far worse than the original betrayals. And I don't want to get on this long tangent, but let's just say you did find out a loved one was being unfaithful. I'm just going to use that as an example. There's many different ways for somebody to feel betrayed. But what happens is immediately it's like, oh my God, it's because I'm so fat. They cheated on me because I'm fat. Or you could say, oh, they spent time with another person because I'm so unworthy. Or, they spent time with somebody else because I'm so ugly. Well, that's all the narrative we put in our mind. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it to this ridiculous level, and that's going to become our truth, when in fact, it's not the truth at all. All right, keep a gratitude journal. An attitude of gratitude can benefit us in so many ways, including improving our physical health, increasing our life satisfaction, and enhancing the quality of our relationships. About 2 years ago, I took a science class from UC Berkeley, and one of the things that I studied was gratitude, and gratitude was one of the leading links to us feeling happy. So really, right, separate from a journal, and I know I don't want to add to your jobs, but like a gratitude journal. Now here's the key with that. If you can write down 3 reasons why you are thankful or what you are grateful for, then a reason or 3 for each of those, that's what really does the trick. That's what moves your happiness meter significantly. Let me give you an example. You can write things down like, I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful that I have a nose to smell my food, because a lot of people lost their sense of smell. And I'm thankful whatever. I have sneakers for my feet. Then you want to give a reason why you're thankful for each of those. So for instance, I'm thankful for my nose because I can sense smoke or sense danger if it's my way. I'm thankful for my nose because I could really appreciate the food that I spend a lot of time making. I'm thankful for my nose and the fact that I can smell because of blah, blah. So you're writing down 3 things you're thankful for, and then 1 to 3 reasons why you're thankful for those things. That'll accelerate your happiness like never before. All right, check in with yourself often. We check in with family members, we check in with friends, we even check in with colleagues. But when was the last time you checked in with yourself? When was the last time you asked yourself how you're doing? Is there anything you need? Are you happy? When's the last time you asked yourself these questions? We ask people this all around us all the time. When's the last time you gave yourself a check-in? If you can't remember, or it's been a long time, it's time to check in with yourself a little bit more often. Proactive positive self-affirmation. Research shows that positive self-affirmations can reduce stress and improve our problem-solving abilities. I know I'm going to digress, and I apologize in advance, but I was actually just watching an interview from Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo. Now, I'm not a fan of hers musically, but she did say she uses affirmations every day, and she's been using them for years. And she said she would not be who she is today, doing what she's doing, without positive affirmations. So for some people, I mean, positive affirmations work for everybody, but for some, they skyrocket your mood and your life. All right, get or take plenty of vitamin D. Magnesium and vitamin D are both crucial to a healthy body and healthy mind. Deficiencies in either have been linked to depression, amongst other health conditions. Since many of us are deficient in both, it's a good idea to include foods that are rich in vitamin D and magnesium. These could be dark leafy vegetables, salmon, eggs. And if you can't do any of those, a vitamin D supplement, which you can get at any health store, you don't need a prescription. It's a small thing that you can do for yourself, but it does make a huge difference in how you feel. Because when your body is performing at an optimal level, absolutely, it changes your overall outlook on life. Unplug after work. I get that some professions require people to stand by their phones in case of emergency, and I applaud you for making that kind of sacrifice if you're one of those people in one of those professions. But if you're not in that role, the demands of that constant, responsiveness will definitely take its toll. So you have to make it a choice, a point to unplug after work. And I know this sounds unfair because it's like after work, that's when you want to kind of scroll Facebook, keep up with friends, do social media, but you got to give yourself some downtime, even if it's an hour or two. Remember to have some room for yourself, your loved ones, and other things that bring you joy. It's one of the best self-care gifts you can give yourself, is to unplug, give yourself some downtime. Because even if we're just scrolling Facebook mindlessly, our mind is still comparing our lives with the lives of other people that are posting. And we all know people love to post, oh, I'm on vacation and I'm in a happy marriage and my kids are so happy and healthy and I have this amount of money. People only post, the good things. Nobody's going to post how they just got into an argument with their spouse, or, yeah, they live in a beautiful house, but maybe they're living, paycheck to paycheck. And if they miss a day of work, they're going to lose their house. So, keep in mind, people post what they want everybody to see on social media. But what we do is we look at them, we start comparing our own lives. And when we compare, as I believe Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. So just be mindful. Beauty self-care routines. Now I'm running a little bit low on time, I just noticed. So I'm going to be very brief here. We all know what beauty regimens are. So if that's something, whether it's, if it's makeup, fine. If it's combing your hair, fine. If it's, moisturizing your face, fine. Whatever your regimen is. A few quick things I just want to say, because I'm running out of time. Relax your eyes with a warm compress. I don't even care if you take a clean sock, put warm water on it and put it over your eyes, unless you have an actual compress. Exfoliate your skin every week or whenever you get the chance. You actually feel much more alive, when you exfoliate your skin. Now you got to be careful, because I actually went to a professional one time to exfoliate my skin. They did an amazing job, but I felt like Scarface afterwards. Like they were digging it. I was like, oh my God, am I going to have any more skin on my cheeks after I leave this place? However, like everything else, you got to dig deep and get into that raw stuff and bring all that junk to the surface, wipe that surface clean, and then you feel rejuvenated and fresh. You do that whether you're in a exfoliating facial massage or therapy, and you do that, therapeutically. All right, I digress. Give yourself a quick daily facial massage. There's nothing like rubbing your temples, rubbing your head, just giving yourself a face massage. Let you know you love yourself. And this is especially important and crucial if your love language is physical touch. Take a technology break. I mentioned that. Stretch throughout the day. I mentioned that. Even if you don't exercise, just periodically stand up and stretch. You'll feel a difference when you sit down. Talk to someone. This is, and this has to be somebody that's upbeat and that you trust and that you like. Because, man, we all have a lot of Debbie Downers in our life. And there's nothing like getting off the phone with somebody. And next thing you want to do is like, oh my God, you just feel like a weight of the world on you when I go take a nap. So all this is great. However, we must incorporate and prioritize our self-care. So let me give you a couple quick things how to do that. Make self-care a priority. You have to decide that self-care is important enough for you and carve out time for it. You have to make yourself a priority. Set reminders, put self-care activities in your calendar. You're more likely to do self-care when you actually book them. So it's like an appointment, like anything else. Gather support if that will help you out. You're going to be setting boundaries and paying more attention to your own needs. If you're not used to doing that, you're going to need support from those that you love, that support you, that respect you. Surround yourself with words of motivation, whether that's posters on the wall, whether that's putting like little pasty things, everywhere on your desk, and whether that's self-affirmations that you just do in your mind. Remember your why. If you lose steam, remind yourself why you are doing self-care. It isn't just for yourself, it's for your loved ones too. It's for yourself primarily, but keep in mind, whatever is in our cup is for us. Whatever is overflowing from our cup is for everybody else. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You are your priority. I hope you got a little something out of this class. As always, treat yourself kindly and never hesitate to reach out to me for any reason. And until next time, may you have a wonderful day and be blessed.